Good afternoon to each and every single one of you guys. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're all in a good mood. Hope you're all in the best of health, and I hope you're having a good day. Most of all, after all. Oh, cheers. Welcome to my channel, guys, Joey Barnett TV, where I like to upload different content on a day-to-day basis, or as much as I can, about my previous life and about my current life, living as a reformed drug-free person. Now, there is a reason why I'm dressed all in black, and I've got a black bowler hat on. And the reason for this is because I'm going to be talking to you about a very, very, very dark person, which I once was. This is around 1998, and that's why I've got dark clothing on, just to tally it up to me being in a very, very dark place. Not for 1 minute, in any way, shape or form, am I about to glamorise crime at all. The reason why I like telling these stories is to deter anyone away from following my footsteps, and to help other people not follow my footsteps and swim in them deep, deep, dark seas which I was once in. If I can help just one person out of 100,000 people, then that's my job done. And that is what I'm all about, guys. Awareness, not glamorizing crime. I don't need to make lies up. I don't need to fabricate stories. It's all these stories, what you hear from me is coming straight from the horse's mouth and straight from my heart, guys. So I hope you enjoy my stories, guys. And a big shout out to all my subscribers. I'd like to dedicate a part of this story over to my very good friend over in West London, Nikki. Big shout out to you, Nikki, and your missus and your kids. I hope you're doing very, very well. A big shout out to all my subscribers, then to all my followers, by the way. But yeah, thank you, Nikki, for reminding me about the part 2 of the prison stories, because from now and then, I do get a little bit forgetful. I might put something on my community post one day and say I'm going to do it the next day, and something crosses my mind or crosses my path, and I don't get to tell that story. So I apologise for that, guys. But yeah, just to let you know that does sometimes happen. I've got a busy schedule. I've got a life away from YouTube, and I'm a family man. So yeah, I do certain stories which I'm about to tell you now do slip by the net. So first of all, I'm going to talk about my friend Peter, which was I was in house block 4 with in Belmarsh prison of the top security. I was a category A and Peter was a category B. They mixed A cats and B cats. The double A cats normally went into the unit, which is in Belmarsh. But yeah, guys, Peter, this is just a part 2 of the story. It's a continuation from the prison stories. Peter kept his firearm, which was a sawn-off shotgun, underneath his double bed in his bedroom, where he slept with his missus. His kids was in the next room. He had 2 kids. I think he had 2 girls. Don't quote me on that, but it might have been a girl and a boy. But yeah, they was in the house. He didn't warn his missus that this weapon was wrapped up in cling film underneath the bed, which really he should have done. And he probably still lives to regret that day that he didn't actually warn her, because I'm sure he wouldn't have put it underneath there with the intentions of his missus shooting herself in the face. But yeah, he kept a yogger at home with him for reasons which I can't explain to you on here, because of I certainly wouldn't want to get anyone in trouble. But yeah, by the way, it was a toy gun. Just get that over on here, but you know what I'm talking about, guys. Actually, it was a side by side. But anyway, yeah, he didn't tell his missus about the weapon being underneath the bed, and she was spring cleaning the house. She pulled the long obstacle from underneath her bed, which she didn't know what it was, and it was facing towards her face. Now, as she turned it round like that, she must have put her finger on the trigger by mistake. It had a hairline trigger on it, and it shot her clean in the face. It took half the side of her face off, and I believe she died for 6 minutes, and they had to give her massive blood transfusions and all sorts on the spot there and then, because, as I say, she did die for 6 minutes of blood loss, and they had to give resuscitation and everything else. And they've done a marvellous job actually keeping her alive, by the way, and I'm so grateful that they did. So a big shout out to the NHS staff and the NHS workers that work in hospitals and keep people alive on a day-to-day basis. I take my hat off to them people, and actually I will take my hat off to them people. And I admire them type of people. And actually I admire anyone that works for the emergency services. Back in the day I wouldn't admire the police, but now I actually admire the police in the job what they do. It's a very unpredictable job. Sometimes they go into very dangerous situations where, you know, some of them, you know, suffer horrific injuries and bits and pieces like that. And who would really want to go to work with that in the back of your mind, knowing that you could potentially lose your life on your job? So yeah, my heart goes out, and not my heart. I mean, I respect the police now. Years and years ago, you know, I looked at them in a totally different way. But as a reformed person, I respect the police and the ambulance services and the fire services especially. They risk their lives on a day-to-day basis, helping others people out. So yeah. But anyway, go back to the story of Peter's missus. She shot herself in the face. Peter obviously got pulled in for it because his forensics, his DNA was all over the yoga, and he wasn't going to avoid it because, you know, he felt responsible for his actions, although he didn't intentionally put it there for her to shoot herself in the face. He knew that she did shoot herself in the face, so he owned up to his actions, and he walked into this police station and handed himself in, by the way. It was Walworth Road where he handed himself in. Someone clarified that the other day for me, what police station it was. And he lived in Peckham, by the way. So yeah, she shot herself in the face, and he was on remand for an attempted murder. They didn't believe his story. They didn't believe her story. And, you know, he was stuck on remand for 13 months for attempted murder on his missus. Now, can you imagine living with that for 13 months, knowing you could possibly get a life sentence for your missus shooting herself in the face, and for someone what you love so dearly. And, you know, she was going up visiting him every single week, sending him private cash, and that's when I met her. Her name is Tina. I met her on a few occasions, and Peter introduced me to her. She was the salt of the earth, a lovely, lovely lady, but properly, really badly disfigured face. And actually, if you didn't know her, you would actually stare at her face. You know, we live in a world where you get stereotyped, and because it's suffered such an horrific injury, she wears them scars. But I haven't spoken to her in many years. But yeah, Peter got charged and put on remand for attempted murder. It went on for 13 months. She kept going up to the police station, to the solicitors. Her solicitors making statements saying that it was her what shot herself on the face. And after 13 months, all the forensics come back, the DNA come back, the fingerprints come back, and her fingerprints was on the gun, on the outside of the wrapper anyway of the gun. And yeah, it got dropped down to Peter just owning a firearm, and all charges of the attempted murder got dropped, and he received 6 years for that. I left him in Belmarsh. I moved from Belmarsh because I was a Category A and an E man. I moved from there and I went up to Whitemoor Prison. I'm not too sure what happened to Peter after that. So yeah, that's just one story, guys, that you should never keep weapons in your own house. At all, because, you know, for one, this type of thing could happen. For two, your front door could go through, and, you know, the old saying it amongst us old school blaggers is never shit on your own doorstep, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this one here, and what I'm gonna do is I'll be doing a part 2 actually of this story, and I'll be talking about the armed robberies which I was committing in around 1997, around 1998. I did put it on my community post that I'll be putting a story on there about how I was, about which mindset I was in back in the days, and I can give you a quick peeky look, or whatever you call it, at the video. I had a crazy mindset. I didn't care if I lived, I didn't care if I died. I just lost my mum. I just lost the nearest and dearest thing to me in life. And I knew I had a massive cocaine addiction that quickly turned into a crack addiction. And I knew I had to go out and hit big places and hit big things to fund that lifestyle, to fund that habit. Because in the end, it turned into £1,000 a day crack habit, which I funded, and kept that lifestyle going for a good few years. So you can imagine the amount of robberies which I've done. We got when the shit hit the fan, and the dirty grass, James went Queen's evidence on us, and blew us up. That's another video what I'm going to talk to you about altogether, guys, while touching on that subject. But yeah, when it wound up, we had times 10 armed robberies with firearms, and I got sentenced to 7 armed robberies with firearms. Now, 4 of them sentences got run concurrently, and really I got sentenced for 3 armed robberies, which were pretty naughty ones, where shots got let off, the roof got blew out, and there was it was a very, very big case, and that's when I received 12 years, which was in 1999. I come out on that, and wasn't out for long, and got recalled again and got another 3 years. But yeah, I'll be doing a part 1. That'll be a part 1 of my crazy mindset. I might come back to you this afternoon, guys, but I hope you enjoy my content. The reason why I talk about this stuff is for awareness, guys, not to glamorize crime in any way, shape or form. I'm totally against things like that. Have a great day, everyone. Peace. I'll be back at you soon.